Hello friends, welcome back to Lenderman Shop Basics. I'm Joel Lenderman. On today's show, I will teach you how to wrap ribbon around your present and then curling it at the top, giving your gift a little bit more dazzle and pizzazz. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, we're well into the holiday season now, as you can see. I am wrapping gifts for our girls, so I thought this would be a great time to demonstrate and show you how to put some ribbon on your presents and then do some curling. In our last video where we learned how to wrap gifts to begin with, we put bows on each one of the gifts, and that is perfectly fine. They look great. Today we're just going to learn how to step it up just a little bit. Okay, so this is kind of how we finished up the last time. We have our cylinder with the bow on top, which looks great. We're actually going to do something a little bit different with that today, but I'll put that off to the side. These were the bows that we used. Again, they look great. We'll put that off to the side for today. I just wanted to show you to begin with a couple that I've already done. So this is, obviously I mixed the green with the red here. The red goes all the way around, and I'll show you how to get that green there. And this, doing a little practice with the double ribbon, and that works out really well. And this also, you know, if you just do a real casual gift for a friend, this is a neat way to do it. This is a book that my daughter had sitting on the table, so I thought let's go ahead and work with that. But that's how that looks. Okay, we'll set that off to the side. Your materials that you need for this will be curling ribbon, and you'll have to look right on here. I don't know if you can see that in camera, but it does say curling ribbon. This one actually had curling ribbon written on the label that came with it. This, which came with the box of bows, does not have curling ribbon written on it, and it is a little bit different. Can we use it? We'll find out as far as curling goes. Before we start working on this, let's do a little bit of practicing. So find the ribbon that you have the most of. How about we do that? Which for me is this red ribbon here. And let's go ahead and just cut a little bit off of that. So this is going to be our practice. And you notice the curling ribbon has ribs on it. One side seems to be a little bit more exaggerated as far as the ribs go, and the other side seems to be a little bit less. Okay, so the general rule is you want to do the curl in the same direction that it is naturally curling. So let's see what happens when we do that. Let's pretend that this is the middle of our box. That's where the knot is. So we're going to take our scissors, open them up, and we're going to put that ribbon right there, and we're going to pull and keep it tight. Okay, and see how that works? Just like that. All right, now, again, pretending that this, where my fingers is the other side of the knot. We'll do that. And look at that. Okay, curls right up. All right, let's do another piece. Let's do green this time. Just for fun and variety. All right, now again, you know, at this time I'm gonna put this down here on the table. Let's pretend that my gift is right there. And all right, so I have my finger there. It's all tied up, so I don't need to keep it from untying. All right, come on. All right, so now, yeah, careful that you don't poke yourself with it. Okay, now this time I'm gonna do the curl on the opposite side. Let's see what happens if I run the scissors on this side here, okay? So again, I'm holding down nice and firm here. And it does actually curl, not quite as much as the other side, but I think that size curl is actually very useful for what we're doing here, okay? All right, so take your time, do a little practicing, take a couple pieces, take a couple cuts, practice your curl, and then get on to a gift. Now, if you're wrapping multiple gifts, do yourself a favor, have some stickies around, and put a name or an initial on the back side of your, or anywhere actually, on your gifts, so that you know exactly who the gift is going to. We'll eventually put on the official name tags, but for now I just have some stickies, sticky notes to use with the gifts here. All right, so obviously we have different colors. This is primarily red. That one's primarily red. This one here has quite a bit of red and, well, obviously green and red in it. This one here has all sorts of colors. So when you're looking for ribbon, obviously it's personal choice. I think that, again, not being the best at color matching and so forth, we can go with green on this one. If we don't like it, we can take it off. We can go with red on that one. Maybe red over here, maybe some green on that. A little tricky, huh? I thought this would be easier with it matching the green. So in this one, I think I'm definitely gonna do red. I think the red matches great there. And then over here, actually on this gift here, we could do red or green, or we could do both. All right, so let's do the easy ones first. I want to take these two here, and then I have to think about what's going on with this one. Okay, so for this, get your box in front of you, obviously, and just put the box on top. Now the spool's a little cumbersome to work with, and you know what, if you wanted to put a pen or a pencil in here, maybe something like that would help. Doing that. And then let's wrap it around. I'm gonna lose the pen for now. And I'm gonna keep everything wrapped up. Actually, I'm gonna give myself a little bit more here. Okay. All right, let's turn it over. All right, so that should be about enough there to begin with. So let's go ahead and cut it, and I'm going to cut this on a fancy angle, just like that. Okay, and that way you've already given yourself a little bit of fanciness there. All right, so I'm going to take that off for the moment. Careful when you're pulling these off with this inexpensive wrapping paper. I just discovered that it does kind of mar that a little bit, so just be careful with that. All right, so I probably could have continued from there, but let's start from the beginning. Okay, gift is upside down. Clear your workspace. Try to make that flat on the bottom. That'll help. Okay, let's bring the strings up. We're making the strings even on both sides. Okay, and then go ahead and wrap it around like that, and we'll flip the box over. Okay, and they're even there, and if they're not even, it's actually okay. It's actually okay. We'll be fine there. And we'll straighten this out. And we could move this anywhere we wanted to, right? Try to get them in the center. All right, I'm gonna bring that under. Okay, so now we have that kind of, it's not even a knot, but there it is. So now let's take your third finger, and that's gonna hold the knot. Now, here's, if you have somebody else in the house, it'd be great help if they can come and put their finger right there. If you don't have somebody in the house, maybe there's somebody walking the dog out front, and you can go grab them, pull them in, and say, put your finger right there for just a minute. But if you're home alone, like I am right now, fourth finger down there, easier said than done. And then we're gonna make our other knot here, keeping everything else in place. And you can grab, pull. So now I will say, the more you do this, the easier it will get. So be kind to yourself. All right. Okay, so there we have that. Not so bad. These do not look great, so let's go ahead and do some curling with them. All right, again, we're gonna take our scissors. Press down here with one finger, and you're going to pull this up all the way. And if you if it runs off your scissors like that just happened, then we're going to just continue from where we left off. And there we go. Let's do the same thing on this one here. All right. Now that's fine, or we don't have any curl in there. That's all right. Look what we're going to do. You have a little curl. That's perfectly acceptable like that. You can keep it like that, but we're not. We're going to add a little bit more to it. We're going to take some green and run it through here. Why? Because we're all about being fancy right now. Try to keep your spool from getting all tangled. All right. And these can be different lengths. They don't all have to be the same length. So we'll make this one looks like it's probably going to be a little bit shorter. And again, I'm going to cut this on an angle. That's a little bit of fanciness right away. Okay. And then for these guys, we don't need to double knot them. Okay, like that. And we're going to go ahead and curl this one again. And I'll try not to run off the scissors this time. There we go. Get your thumb there, or your finger in there. There we go. That wasn't quite what I wanted, so let's do it again. We'll start down here. There we go. Okay. I'm going to say let's do one more in here. At least one more. You could keep going and going with this. Let's do one more green, since I have the green right here, and then we'll do one more. Let's go this way. So we'll have the. Now the trick is to not get everything tangled up amongst it as you're doing it, okay? Again, a single knot in here. Making sure not to tie up any of the curls that you already made. There you go. Scissors. You know what? On this one, let's go the opposite way. I think I'll turn the box around for the opposite way there, just because. There you go. I'm going to leave that just like that. I like that. And I think I'll do the opposite way on this one too. Because now I'm making curls that are just not quite as curled, frankly. And that one didn't go so well. Let's do it again. You can do 1, 2, maybe 3 times on this, and then otherwise it starts kind of, and if you didn't like all that there, you can just go ahead and cut that off. All right, let's add one more red, because now we have a lot more green than we have red, and you can't have that. So let's do the opposite side on this too. What do you think? How about that? Let's do this. Down. There we go. Yeah, so on this curling ribbon, really I don't think it really matters what side you do it on. It's just, you either do it with, in line with the curl that's actually there, excuse me, or you do it in the opposite direction, which doesn't make as quite a tight of curl. Okay. I'm going to leave that just like it is. I think that looks pretty good for this particular gift, and we'll put a name tag right here. We'll put the name tag somewhere else. Maybe straighten this out of it. All right, so let's move on to a different one, and we'll do a little bit different tying here. Okay, for this gift, we're going to go with the double ribbon, and that's the one that looked like this that I have on the book here. Now, you could pull these out of the spool individually, and do it that way. I am going to pull them at the same time. So I went and found, this is a Venetian blind rod that you might have in your house somewhere, or a dowel, anything could work in there. I just found something that worked, so that I can pull it at the same time. I have our cylinder gift over here helping me out. I have my piping hot cup of coffee over here helping me out. I'm hoping to avoid a disaster on many fronts here. Let's get started here. So we'll pull both strings. Let's get those strings pulled across here first. Just like that. And then bring that down. Okay, we're going to wrap that around like this. So there it is. That's how, like the exact amount, but I'm going to give ourselves, let's give ourselves a little bit more. Okay, all this apparatus down here, my friends, you might think of something 10 times better than what I have here, which would be fantastic if you did. But this is a nice starting point. It works out. You could actually hold them both in your hand and do it that way. All right, let's see what kind of a mess we have here. So we have a little bit more on one side than the other, of course. What I will do is take all the string off. We'll start again. Okay, at this point, my string is about the same length on both sides, both ends. And bring it together. And bring it over that way. And try to find, again, if we don't find the center, that's fine. Something like that. Okay, keep it kind of taut. Bring it around, wrap it over. Ooh. Starting to look pretty good already. And now this is where if you have somebody in the house that could put a finger right there, or somebody outside who's walking their dog, that would be very helpful. And good to have those two fingers right there. We're going to pull that back through. This one here keeps going. This one's coming through like that, like that. Now this might take some time. So again, be patient with yourself. This, there, here. All right, let's start tugging. Start tugging, 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 tugging. Yeah, there we go. Whew. That's a small little miracle itself, isn't it? Okay, so now we have to do all our curling on this. All right, so one at a time. One at a time, go ahead and put your finger down, remember down here, anchor it down, bring it up. And let's do that again because I missed it. That's fine. Yeah, sorry. I'll do it like this. Pick up from where you left off. There's one. There's two. That one went pretty well. I'm going to turn it around. It's just a little bit easier when it's closer to me. And there's three. And we can organize these in a minute here. Meaning that we can do that. Make that a little more face. I want to give a little more curl to this one here. There we go. Curl that at the end. All right. I'm going to go ahead and add another red and another green to this. Going for my spool over here. And again, any length is good. I guess tying these, you want to tie with the direction the curls are going. Like that's actually looking pretty good just like that, isn't it? But I'm going to give it a little bit. Actually, I'll do it the backwards way. Let's do that again. There we go. Yeah, that one was not looking so good, was it? Okay, what do you think, folks? Again, you can keep going and going and going with this. I think that's probably good, and we can straighten this out here as well. All right, let's move on to another one. All right, in the beginning of the video, I mentioned that this one here was not specifically curling ribbon, meaning it did not say it anywhere on the package that this is ribbon that you can curl. So let's go ahead, and I want to put this on this one here. I wasn't real happy with the color of the white. The green was fine. So let's go ahead and do this ribbon on this package. Yeah, and this is a much cheaper ribbon, so you have to be careful with it. The tape that they put on it in the packaging is pulling it apart. I'll spare you the actual wrapping around, and then we'll see what the curling does here. Okay, now a couple things about this, well, this paper and the ribbon in general. The paper itself maybe doesn't really necessitate a ribbon of any sort, maybe just a nice big bow. But since this is a ribbon video, I'm going to put a ribbon on it. Secondly, all this ribbon came with this set of bows here. So it would be perfectly acceptable to go ahead and put the ribbon around, cut the ribbon right there, and just place a big old bow, either that one or that one there. That would work out great, I feel. But let's see how this non-curling ribbon curls. Can we get it to curl? Well, we're going to do the same thing that we've done. The other part is this is a single-sided ribbon here. So we have the fancy on the outside, and so maybe you can see that sparkle. And then here is really kind of like the other side, the back side. So we're going to run our scissors on the back side of the ribbon, and let's see what happens. And if it looks good, we got a little curl there, and I don't think I'm going to touch it again. Just leave it like that. How about this side here? What happens here? Yeah, get my finger down there because I don't want it to pull apart. And nice. So there's that one. That actually looks pretty good. I probably could fiddle with that just a little bit more. Tease it out a little bit. It's not very workable, I will say. You like how I use the word tease it out? Like I actually have hair to tease my hair out. All right, so we're gonna leave that like that. But I think we can do that. How do you like that? We could do that. We could put the real big one on here. I actually think this is too big for this box. All right, so how about we settle it? We're gonna put that right there. All right. And for that, let's use a little bit of tape. As I said in my other video, these have peel off. They all have peel off on them, and then you can stick it on. I like, however, just putting a little bit of tape on the back, and that way we can use these bows again. I mean, you can use them again regardless, but I think they're a little bit more reusable if you just put a little bit of tape there, and maybe more than that. All right, there is a bigger piece of tape that we can put on there. And I fully know that during parties, the holidays and so forth, all these presents gets torn apart. You have a bag, you put all the wrappings in and so forth, and you throw it away. But if there is a little way we can save ourselves in the landfill department, I think the bow is something that we can probably just grab, put that back in its original bag. All right, and there's that one. Let's do one more, see what we're going to do with that one. All right, so for this one, I'm a little perplexed because I could put that bow right there. I think that actually looks pretty good. I could put that there. I think that's right. I think probably this white one is actually great there. A word about your bows. If you buy the bows like that, see how this one is kind of deformed, I guess we could say. So when you get your bows, give them a shake up. Really look at them before you buy them, because some of the ones in there are going to be completely mangled and really unusable. I mean, you can use them, but they're not going to look great. Kind of like that one there. Okay, but we're not going to do any of that, because what I will show you is that we're going to have the ribbon come up this way, and it will be down this way. And on one of these corners here will be where we curl the ribbon. Okay? All right, so let's get to work on that. We'll use the double ribbon on this. Getting the length of it, I have a length here, have a length on the bottom, so twice the length, and about three times the length. And let's add a little bit more, because even if we have a whole lot extra, we're gonna just turn all that extra into curls, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and cut it right there. We'll give it our fancy cut that we've learned to do. And I'm gonna get this out of the way. My Venetian blind rod. Right, on this gift, there's actual print here that you can read. Feliz Navidad. Very good. So I'm gonna cross down here the corner, and then I want my curling bow to be up here at the top so that I can sit nicely under the tree somewhere. So now granted, usually you see a wider ribbon with this type of wrap, but I think we'll make this work. All right, so we're crossing here. And let's bring this down this way and keep it taut with one hand. Use the other hand to lift it over. All right. Again, if you had other folks in the house to help you, that would be great. And we can bring that down. We can even have this end come up a little bit more. Kind of dress it up. All right, we'll fix that shortly. All right, let's bring this around, create our single knot up here. All right, now, get our there and there. Just bring all this over here. And okay, scoop it around in this way. There you go. So I need to pull this end too. Okay, pull, and get your finger out of there. And there you have it. All right, now down here, let's just scoop these around a little bit. Pull them out. On the back side, you could actually put a little piece of tape on the back side here to make sure. As a matter of fact, how about I do that right now? Thus averting any headaches a little bit down the road. So what I was saying is normally we do this with just one wider ribbon, one thicker ribbon there, which I do have in the other room, but I thought since we have all this out and we're doing curling, let's just keep with the theme, right? Okay, now let's go ahead and curl it all up. And you know what? I have a lot of extra here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. I'm gonna use these. I don't want to cut them too short. I'm going to put them back under there. All right, let's see here. Okay. There we go. Nice. All right, now let's just make sure this works before I cut this one here. Maybe I won't cut them. Let's put this under here. And we'll not make this, we won't make them the same length on both sides. How about that? So this one's going to be a little bit longer. And this one will be a little bit shorter, but it will still give it a curl. I'll give that one a backwards curl. Ah, good. Let's do this one the other way. So I have the longer part up top. Shorter part down below. Do the backwards curl here. Ooh, I like that. That. Stand it there like that. And there we go. What do you think? Shall we do that? I think I'm just gonna, we have plenty of curl in here, plenty of ribbon, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and make this one a long one. Keep it the way it is. We'll curl with the natural curl. Get ahead of myself here. Ooh, look at that. Nice. Okay. And there you have it. Now, if you didn't want to do that up here, you could have cut them, we could have cut them short, and maybe we could have done something like that after we wrap this bow around here. Okay. So just a couple ideas what you could do there. All right, well, let's move on. All right, the last one I wanted to show you was our cylinder present that we already have the bow on. But I'm going to take this off. Let's see what we can do with the ribbon on this one. Okay, so we'll take this off gently. And comes right off. We'll take this off. Look at that. Perfectly reusable bow. I know I keep harping on that, but it's the truth. Okay, so this is the one. If you haven't seen this video, go back, or I'll post that at the end, how we took care of this at the top. It does need a little dressing up at the top, clearly. So, all right, for this one, I'm gonna put on both colors, but I'm gonna do them at different times. Just as another option for you. Get that off. Okay, and it's the same. This is a little bit different because it doesn't have two unequal sides. Well, it does kind of, but. Okay, there. Good. And we'll bring it a little bit more there. Just make sure both are equal. And we're just going to put a single knot here, and there. Okay. All right. Honestly, that one could have been a little bit tighter. And if it happens that things are a little bit slippery, don't be afraid to put like a little piece of tape there, or you could put a little piece of tape on the bottom. I think that would be perfectly acceptable. All right, let's find out where your middle is. And we'll start like this. Cross it on the bottom here. Again, this is where we need to try to make sure everything stays put here and on that end, both ends here. And make it a little bit tight there. All right, now try to flip it back over without releasing the tension that you've created. Tension. There we go. Wow. I have plenty extra here to throw in a little bit more. All right, let's go ahead and start the curling process. Scissors out. There we go. Ooh, we're gonna let that drape down just like that. Same thing here. Yeah, like that. You can see what you can do here, right? You can make these longer, they can all go down. go. All right, let's that one over here. So, some of this ribbon right off the spool looks a little beat up already, but there we go. Let's add this piece under here. All right, so you get the idea of what we're doing here. Let's just add a few more pieces here and then we'll be done. All right, so there you have that one. You could just keep adding and adding and adding. You could also, you know, something like this, maybe a little bit bigger bow. You could do something like that as well. That looks very nice. Folks, thanks for stopping by Lenderman Shop Basics today. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please give a like below and leave a comment. How are you making out with your own gift wrapping? Until our next video, happy curling.